This MTG box analysis will focus on the opening of a Brothers War draft booster box that took place on June 16th, 2023. We'll begin by taking a look at the cards that we were eligible to obtain from a draft booster pack and compare that to the cards that we actually saw in the box. Then we'll review set coverage, coverage by rarity, and duplication. To establish a baseline for value, we'll analyze the value of the set and then break down the actual observed value in the box. Finally, we'll conclude with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and more than 100 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's get things started by reviewing the contents of the box in comparison to the cards that we were eligible to see. Using this chart, we can see the non-foils we observed in green, the foils we observed in orange, and the cards that we were eligible to see in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we saw a variance of 8 cards between the primary colors of Magic, with green featuring 64 and blue featuring 72. We also saw 30 retro frame artifacts and 6 retro artifacts in the schematic artwork. In the foil space, we saw between 1 and 3 cards for each of the primary colors of Magic, except for blue, where we didn't see any foils. From the retro artifact subset, we saw a single foil schematic card in the box. Moving into coverage in the non-foil space, we saw 221 unique cards out of a possible 295 from the main set. This means that we saw 75% of the cards that we were eligible to see inside of today's box. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in blue with 91%. Within the retro frame artifact subset, we saw 41% of the retro frames and 10% of the schematic cards. Overall, we saw 32 unique cards out of a possible 126, giving us 25% coverage of the subset. In the foil space, we saw 11 of the 295 cards, giving us 4% coverage of the set. This time around, our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was a tie between white and red, each having 9% coverage. We saw a single schematic retroframe artifact for less than 1% coverage of the 126 cards in the subset. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, from the main Brothers War set, we saw 100% of the commons and 95% of the uncommons in non-foil. We also saw 30 rares for 43% coverage and 6 non-foil mythics for 24% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 5% of the commons and uncommons, along with a single rare for 1% coverage and a single mythic good enough for 4% coverage. In total, we saw 31 rares and 7 mythics from the main set inside these 36 packs. From the retro artifact subset, we saw 58% coverage of the uncommons, 8 rares for 13% coverage, and 3 mythics in non-foil for 10% coverage. This means that in total, this box contained 37 rares and 10 mythics in 36 packs. In today's box, we didn't see any duplication among the foils that we opened, but we did see 136 non-foils repeated 275 times for a box duplication rate of 55%. Before we take a look at the value in today's draft booster box, let's review the value of the cards that we could have seen. This chart shows all the cards from the main set and the retro artifact subset using non-foil market prices as of June 15th, 2023. Currently, there are 10 cards valued over $10. The top 3 are going to be the Portal to Phyrexia, valued at $21.17. Then we have the Standard Frame Mox Amber, valued at $33.81, and the Schematic Mox Amber, valued at $35.39. The set also features 13 cards valued between $5 and $10 and 64 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 334 cards are currently valued under $1. If you were to add up the market value of all 421 cards using non-foil market prices, you'd be looking at a grand total of $482.05 in market value. Now let's review the actual value that we saw in today's box, starting off in the non-foil space. We ended up seeing 3 cards from the main set valued over $10, including Titania, Voice of Gaia, valued at $10.58, Urza, Lord Protector, at $10.90, and Myrel, Shield of Argive, valued at $14.74. We also saw 4 non-foils valued between $5 and $10, and 17 non-foils valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 504 non-foils in the box were valued less than $1. And in the foil space, we saw a total of 12 cards, but not a single one of them was valued over $1. Our most valuable foil was a Mythic Skitterbeam Battalion, valued at just 84 cents. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box directly from Wizards of the Coast through a Festival in a Box promotion, which contained a ton of products. Therefore, we'll be using today's current market price as of June 15th for the summary, which is $83.51. Today's draft booster box contained 36 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 540 cards. The 33 tokens that we saw have a current market value of $5.73. The 8 basic lands are currently valued at $2.72. The 345 commons that we skipped during the opening are currently valued at $12.22. The 138 uncommons are currently valued at $22.20, and the 39 rares have a current market value of $26.34. Finally, the 10 mythics are valued at $67.32. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $136.53 in market value, which is a gain of $53.02 over the market price for the box, which means that it returned 163% of the market price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 11 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $65.72, which means that those 11 cards represent 48% of the total box value. Thank you so much for watching. I want to take a moment to give a special shout out to all of the channel members. Your support helps fund this operation and allows me to create the content that you all enjoy. If you're not yet a channel member, I invite you to consider becoming one. By joining, you'll gain early access to videos and many other perks. If you're interested in supporting the channel but don't want to become a member, there are several other ways that you can show your support. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue with the channel. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, do something amazing.